So the company's name is ibüümerang. Now, before I go into what this company is all about, I want you guys to understand that this is a conversation. It's not a presentation. If you're at the house or in the car or whatever the situation may be, I want you to mentally relax, get pen and paper, and just take copious notes. While you're watching this information, I want you to think about 3 positive things that you love about what you saw, because I'm going to ask you to throw those things in the comments at the end. If you are a guest, then I want to answer your questions at the end. So I want you guys to see this as an opportunity for you to change your life for whatever reason you're on here. But I need you to document what you like and think in the back of your head, if I just change my mindset or try to do something a little different, how can this help me? Now, how did this company help my household? Well, for starters, look at the company's name. I am a person that loves to give back. And the company's name is ibüümerang. Like when you think about a boomerang, what comes to mind? It's something that you throw out, and if you throw it right, what happens? Y'all talk to me. It comes right back to you. So what I love about this is that the company is built on a philosophy: if you give, you shall receive. So that's why it's called ibüümerang. I give, then I shall receive. Now let's go over this disclaimer. This basically states you get what you put in. So you guys, I want you to take a picture of it, screenshot it so you can read it at your own time. But we have to put this disclaimer here because we don't know your work ethics. We don't know if you're going to come in and run fast, run slow. We have no idea what you're going to do when you come here. But what we can guarantee you is that if you're willing to do what's required, you're going to succeed. Now it's time for network marketing to evolve. The network marketing has been around for 60 plus years. There are many amazing companies out there, but one thing about network marketing is that it has not evolved. It hasn't changed. Since back 60 years ago to today, it's the same old, same old. Companies get a product for pennies on the dollars and they mark it up about 8 to 10 times the price. Well, there's a company by the name of Amazon that's kind of put them in check and slowed them down a little bit. See, Amazon is able to get these products at a very small price, and they don't mark it up as much because they don't have to pay distributors. They don't have to pay uplines. They don't have to worry about brick and mortar builders and all this other stuff like network marketing companies have to. So what happened is when Amazon came around, a lot of these network marketing companies, their sales volume went down, and a lot of these distributors couldn't compete because the same product that they were selling, they could find it online. Or you'll have companies that will see the ingredients in your product and they'll bootleg it and sell it online. So what Holton did, who is our amazing CEO, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, he said, how can we make this different? How can we get network marketing out of this taxi cab phase so that more people can win? So what he did was he created a first-class consumer experience for customers. But the only way you can do that is if you create a way for distributors to make a great living and succeed without selling. Because what's the number one excuse you hear in network marketing? What's the number one thing that people don't want to do? They don't want to feel like they're selling anything. So that's what we have created here. We have a first-class consumer experience and success without selling for our ambassadors. Now, I mentioned a little earlier about the taxi cab era. So we're removing it from that era where customers are paying more and only strong recruiters win, and we're giving everyone the ability to participate in their own success and win. So we're rolling into the modern era. And in our company, you only make money when your customers save money. In our company, you are monetizing on savings. That's a beautiful thing because when you have a customer, your customer can't find it for less outside of you. Right? So you're able to earn when your customer saves. That means that your product has to work 100% of the time for you to make money. This is absolutely amazing, but we're going to go into that a little more. So let's talk about the visionary. Let's talk about him first, because there's no ibüümerang without this gentleman here. Now, the visionary is Holton. He's the CEO and chairman of ibüümerang. Now, what I love most about this gentleman is his history. Yes, there are a lot of amazing leaders out there, but they really can't understand where their organization or how their corporate team feels because they haven't been a distributor themselves. What I love about Holton is that his first 7 years, he made less than $500 a month. He knows what it feels like to be a brand new distributor. He knows what it feels like to rob Peter to pay Paul. He knows what it feels like to grow up in a bad situation. He knows what it feels like to work your way up to the top. So he spent 7 years on personal development. He spent 7 years on coaching and mentorship. And right in 1997, that's when he developed a formula and system to achieve rapid success. How many people would have hung around for $500 a month for 7 years? If it was your goal to be this multi-millionaire, most people probably would have gave up after a few months, maybe a couple years. So I love the fact that he's consistent, and that's who we have serving us at the very top. So in 2009, this is when he had his breakthrough. This man was generating $1.3 million every 3 weeks in his prior project. You guys, $1.3 million every 3 weeks. Now, I know quite a few millionaires, but let me tell you something. I don't know multimillionaires that have helped create other millionaires. I don't know any. This is the only one I know that is responsible for creating the environment for over 45 other individuals to earn over $1 million. But this is what Mr. Bug said. He said, it's not about the money for me. I'm set. My family is set. We're debt free. We have nothing to worry about. But if I'm able to help create the environment for 45 people to earn over $1 million under somebody else's brand, somebody else's company, how many more people can I help if it was my own company? So in 2019, he founded ibüümerang, right? The same compensation plan that he helped create with that prior project, he brought it over to ibüümerang, but put it on steroids with no cap on it. He created a system and placed everything in this system that eliminates all of our excuses. So you can't help but win. Now let's talk about this leadership team. We talked about Holton already, but Holton didn't want anybody on his corporate team. He wanted the best of the best. He went out there and made sure that, number one, everybody that's on this corporate team understands you and I. They've been distributors before. They had a lot of success as a distributor, but they also started off with pennies as a distributor, right? They had backgrounds very similar to a brand new person that's in the industry, and they worked their way on up to the top. So you have T. Gray, who was the vice president of operations. He has a very extensive corporate background, as well as he's very familiar with the network marketing industry. We call him this VP of everything because he has his hands in so many different pots. He wears so many hats. He is so open to suggestions. That's what I love about this gentleman, is that his ear is open. He listens to the people, and if he can implement something that's going to take this company to the next level, he will do just that. You have Mark Kipcart. He is the VP of marketing. Now, this man makes us look so good. If you go on social media and look up ibüümerang, I talk to people all the time. We just celebrated a year. They're like, you got to be kidding me. If you see the tools that we have in place, if you see the branding that we have, our logo, our PowerPoints, everything about us looks like $1 billion company, because our visionary said we're not going to become a $50 billion company with $1 million mindset. So everything about this company looks amazing. Now you got David Manning. He's the CEO of Extreme Travel. Now you're going to hear us talk about travel in a moment. Now, travel is our gateway to this technology that's going to flat out amaze you. But Holton said we need the best of the best. He said, I don't know travel. I know how to go on vacations, but I don't know the behind the scenes stuff. So we need to have the #1 travel agency on deck. And that is Extreme Travel, and the CEO is Mr. Manning. And I've had the pleasure of actually working with this gentleman for the past 5 years. Now you have Peter Hirsch. He's our Chief Giving Officer. He leads the Boom Foundation campaign. He's also the hinge. He is the gentleman that reached out to Mr. Holton Buggs that made this relationship with Extreme Travel come to fruition. And that's how ibüümerang actually exists. What I love about Peter, he truly has a heart of gold. He wants to help the people. He's also a blue diamond in the company, and he sits on this board as well. Then you have Edwin Haynes, who's the Global Master Ambassador. He's also the first millionaire in the company, you guys, and we just celebrated a year, and we've already hit our first millionaire. So this gentleman here wears many hats as well. He's a humble giant. He's always out there to help the field. If he see you moving and shaking, you're going to get a tap on the shoulder. You're going to get his personal number, and he's going to work with you directly if he see that you're willing to do what's required. And I love that about him. Lori Spears, she has over 30 years of experience. She is like the goddess of travel, but her actual title is the director of travel. She works hand in hand with Mr. Mann, and I too have worked with her for the past 5 years. So this is your leadership team. This is your corporate team. Companies rise and fall based off of leadership. You have 200 plus years of experience right here on this screen, and there's so many more of them as well, you guys. So just know that I sleep well at night, knowing that the decision that this company makes, they're going in the right direction because of what you see on this screen right here. Now, how are we going to bring this amazing vision to the world? How are we going to create this first-class consumer experience? It all starts with the PRIB. So let me pause for a moment and catch my breath, because you guys know I can talk fast. I want you guys to type PRIB in the comments. Type PRIB in the comments. PRIB stands for Perpetual Residual Income Builder. Now, when you think of the PRIB, to kind of help you understand what this is, the PRIB is like Alexa for Amazon, Siri for Apple, and Bixby for Android. This is your virtual assistant within your network marketing company. This is a trademark technology. This has never been done before. This is the technology that's going to eliminate your excuses. So if you've been in prior projects before and you're like, oh, I hate sales, or oh, my team won't do this, or oh, this happens, blah, 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 blah. Or I don't have time to call all my customers. I don't have time to see if they want to buy this. The PRIB is going to help you with that. How much would you pay to have your own virtual assistant? So let's talk about what this virtual assistant is going to do for you. This virtual assistant has data analytics and artificial intelligence. This is the same technology that Facebook uses, who else? Uber uses, Amazon uses. The PRIB is going to pay attention to the buying habits and the keystrokes of your customers. Let me give you an example. I don't want to get too technical with you guys, but let me give you an example that you can understand. I'm pretty sure if you have a Facebook account, give me a 1 in the comments. If you have a Facebook account. For those of you watching on Facebook, I already know you have one. I'm talking to my people on Zooms. I know they like, this girl asking us that we on Facebook. But yes, give me a 1 in the comments if you have a Facebook account. Next thing I want you to do is give me an idea of how many friends you have. I have 5,000 Facebook friends. How many do you have? Give it to me in the comments. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. How many do you have? And I'm going to show you how Facebook use data analytics and artificial intelligence to become $1 billion company today and then give you 1 red cent. So keep it coming. Now, this is what happened. Facebook gave you access to something for free. And that's a platform for you to be able to communicate and keep in touch with friends and family, right? So they did that because they knew that they could get access to data. That gave them access to your email, phone number, and whatever they wanted from your friends and family. So you basically gave them access to all this data for free. They backdoored you. They went behind your back and ran ads and promoted different products and services to them, made money off of you, and didn't give you 1 red cent. That's what Facebook did. That's what Uber did. That's what Amazon did. That's what Airbnb did. They all do it. If you pay attention to the world today, when you're able to get something for free, it's all about the data, because behind the scene, they are going to sell you things. So that's what you have with the PRIB. But how is the PRIB going to support you in your business? That's the number 1 question. What makes us so different as it relates to other companies? Now, your customers. Let me explain to you how this works with your customers. You don't like to sell. You don't like to follow up. You don't like to upsell. The PRIB is going to do that. So you're going to build up your customer base, and behind the scene, the PRIB is going to do all this for you. What I really love is your team part. For those of you that want to build their residual income, for those of you that can see yourself building a team, these are the bullet points that most people aren't good at. You don't like welcoming them. You don't know how to orient them with the business. You don't know how to train them. You don't know how to explain the benefits of upgrading their account. You don't know how to promote events, or you just don't have time to promote it. And just quick as you bring them into business, as quick as they're out the back door. So the PRIB is going to do all of this for you. As you onboard new business partners, it's going to welcome them. It's going to take them through the orientation. They're going to give them the system to help train them. They're going to show them the benefits of upgrading their account. They're going to frequently promote the events. And if for any reason, and they're going to help you with retention, they're going to give them that phone call to remind them, hey, you got to keep your business open. A closed business doesn't make money. So the PRIB does for the people what they struggle to do for themselves in direct sales, period. I could stop the presentation right here in itself. No other company has that, you guys. This PRIB is a game changer right now. This is the reason why we have approximately 50,000 active distributors in our company in less than a year. This is the reason why we have over 500,000 customers, you guys, in a year, is because of this right here. Okay, so how do we feed the PRIB? Right, so you have Alexa, you have Bixby, you have Siri. They are all pointless with no customers, right? So this is where you come in. This is, iGo is the product that you're going to give away to your customers for free that's going to help you collect data that's going to communicate to the PRIB, okay? So iGo is a wholesale platform. It's the front door to the PRIB. It feeds the PRIB. We have over 500,000 customers already on iGo. So you as an ambassador, you give this access away for free, and your customers are able to travel the world for up to 35% off. This is the first time I've ever seen any company. Let me tell you why this is 1,000 times better than Facebook, Amazon, Uber, and all of them. They give away free accounts, but there's not much value there. You are giving your customers a free account with a value on it. I've seen the same platform sold on ads and different timeshare companies, anywhere from on a low end about 10,000 up to 40,000. But you're giving it to your customers for free. Who can sell something for free? It's absolutely amazing. So you build up a huge customer base with unlimited customers. It goes to the PRIB, and then watch what happens. Now let's talk a little bit about travel. Travel is an industry, for starters, it's an $8 trillion industry, but it's an industry that's going to grow and it's going to generate massive revenue, whether you choose to put your wallet in the way or not. Right? Whether you choose to put your wallet in a way or not, this industry is going to grow. Look at this. Asia, $6 billion a day. Europe, $5 billion a day. Look at this. United States, almost $3 billion. Latin, almost 1 million. Africa, almost 500 million a day. See, these numbers are insane. But look at this to the right. If you're not familiar with the travel industry, you probably didn't know that there are only 2 companies that monopolize the entire travel industry online as it relates to the public eye. Now, there are over 45 websites online. Like if you're somebody that books travel, you probably go to 1 million sites looking at different prices. And most of the time, the price doesn't fluctuate between no more than $5 to $10. You know, some of you may have your favorite sites. But all of these sites are owned by the same 2 companies. It's Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. If you're not familiar with Booking Holdings, that company bought out Priceline. You're probably more familiar with Priceline. But Booking.com, Rental.com, Kayak, Agoda, OpenTable, Priceline, those are some of the ones you're familiar with, but there's many, many more. It's 45 of them. They're all owned by them too. So you're probably asking yourself, why do they do that? A confused mind, you guys, that's why they do. They want you confused. They want you all over the place, because when you have more options, you buy. Like let's say one day you're frustrated with Expedia Group because they messed up your reservation, and then you go on Kayak. They could care less because they own it anyway. It's a brilliant concept, but at the end of the day, you as a consumer don't realize that there's behind the curtain pricing, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So what we've done in our company is Mr. Holton Bugs and this debt-free company has buying power. He went directly to this wholesaler to give you the product that I showed you a moment ago so that we can pass the savings on to you and your customers. So what does that look like? First example here is New York City. This is a 4.5-star property. As you can see on Expedia, it was $339 nightly. But on iGo, it's $178 nightly. Do you see the savings? That savings is $161. So again, you guys, I told you just going to be a conversation. So when you hear me talking about savings, I want you to type in the comments, what bill do you have equivalent to that amount? Because savings is the new earnings. We have Paris here, $440 a night on Travelocity. On iGo, it's $130 nightly, but that's a savings of $310. You go to Paris, I guarantee you, you're not going for one night. I guarantee you, you're staying for at least 4 to 5 nights. So that's a $1,200 to $1,500 savings. Could that be somebody's mortgage? Could that be a couple car payments? What could you do with a savings? Could you travel more often? If you save money like that, let's talk about it. Here's an example with rental cars. So this is a weekly rental car rate. This is $392 total on rentalcars.com, but on iGo, it's only $221 total. That's a savings of $171. Now at the bottom, this is what the reservation confirmations look like. So in this first example, you'll see that Mr. Rubin saves $1,341. Mr. Ian saved $316. But this last one is a reservation by the CEO himself, Mr. Holton Buzz. Now, why did he book this? Before, everything was mapped out for ibüümerang, the whole structure and what product or service they were going to lead with. He said, I love this concept. He played with this iGo platform for hours to try to break it, to see what was the catch. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the rates in here. And his only question was, can I book a trip and take this vacation? And is it apples to apples? That was his question. Is it apples to apples? So if I book this trip, is it the same room that someone would get if they paid full price? The other question that he asked is, what are these reward credits? So he booked this trip. He took his beautiful wife on vacation. They only paid $1,348 and they saved practically $1,600. But what I appreciate about him so much is that he didn't just send somebody from corporate and say, go check this tool out. He wanted to experience it firsthand to make sure that he represented his followers well. The people that he worked so hard to help, he wanted to make sure that he put the right product in front of them. And that's how we ended up with iGo. Now, what do you have access within this wholesale platform? The same things that you have access to online. You have hotels, rental cars, cruises, flights, homes, weekly stays, marketplace, timeshares. Now, the flights are here for convenience. You do not get wholesale rates on flights, but you can still get reward credits. Many of my flights that I have booked in here, I've got them at a discounted rate as well. But legally, we cannot say that they're wholesale flights. You can just check your price in here. It's here for convenience, so you don't have to book different places. So if you choose to, you can book it directly with your airline and just book everything else in here, or you can book it all together. It's totally up to you. We also have shore excursions, theme parks, outdoor activities. I love the gift cards, you guys. So as you're accumulating those points, I don't think I touched on those points earlier, but you get rewards credits that when you book travel, that helps further reduce your future travel. But you can use those reward credits to also purchase gift cards and other items within this platform. Now, we also have 110% price match guarantee. That's great for someone like me. Now, I've been using this product for a moment. I've never found it for less online, but I'm that person that's going to check anyway. And I love the fact that if I see it for less online, that all I have to do is gather my information. As long as it's apples to apples, they're going to give me 110% of the difference. Now, at the bottom here, you'll notice you'll see a vibe car. We're going to talk about that a little later. Now, how do you get paid? Who wants to know that? If you want to know how do you get paid by giving away something for free, I want you guys to give me a 1. Let me mute these chimes real quick, you guys. All righty. So let's talk about how you get paid. Now, let's see who's online here on our Zoom, because I'm going to pick on a few of you. Okay, I see we have a Tanya on here. Let's see, we have a Nikita on here. So let me pick on Tanya and Nikita really quick. So Tanya, you are the business partner. You decide that you want to take a vacation to Mexico. You go into your iGo platform. Now, as a ambassador, you get up to 70% off of your travel. But you look up this property and you notice it's 41% off. Beautiful 5-star property. The lowest price you can find online is $1,046. But you notice that with 41% off, you only have to pay $621 for this vacation. But guess what? You're not going by yourself. You're going to call your best friend, Nikita. And Nikita, you're going to say, hey, Nikita, how would you like to go to Mexico? I found this beautiful 5-star property. It's normally $1,000 online. How would you like to go to Mexico if I could save you some money? She's going to say, absolutely. You're going to send her what we call is a boomerang. A boomerang is simply a 6-digit code that Nikita is going to use to activate her wholesale platform. This isn't a promo code. This is not something that she has to use over and over again. It simply makes her a member of this club for free. So once she activates her site one time, that's it. So Nikita looks up this vacation and she notices that she's going to save $212. She was searching online and the lowest thing she could find is $1,046. And she only pays $834. Now, who believes that Nikita is excited? Nikita is super excited. You know why? Because she didn't pay for this. You saved her $212. She would have never found that rate online. You didn't ask her for no membership fees, no annual fees, no nothing. You gave her access to this for free. But how do you get paid, Tanya? You earn half of what she saves. This is powerful. This is the patent that I was explaining to you guys that we have for 10 years. It's never been done before, where you can monetize on savings. So in a traditional travel world that I'm from, my goal was for my customers to pay the most they possibly could. I was always upselling because the more they paid, the more I earned. In this concept, I'm giving this to them for free. The more they save, the more I earn. Total opposite and way more money. So Nikita goes on this vacation, saves $212. Tanya earns $106. But guess what? Nikita gonna tell somebody. And the person that she tells, she's gonna say, hey, Tanya, you got another code you can send my friend? Absolutely. She's gonna send it to her, give her one. And guess what? Guess who gets that $106? Tanya. Tanya's the business owner. She invested in herself. The money goes to her. You're gonna have customers that are gonna continuously book. Maybe they'll take a staycation one day, only save $300. That's $150 in your pocket. Maybe they'll go to Jamaica and save $1,000. That's $500 in your pocket. The point is you can have unlimited customers, you all. You can build a customer base and you're always going to earn 50% of what they save. All righty, so let's talk a little bit about customer acquisition model. So I know we have about 30-some people on Zoom watching us. I'm not sure how many we have on Facebook, but I want you guys to do a little activity with me. In the comments, I just want you to type the names of 10 people. You don't have to tag them. You don't have to write out their real name. I just want your mind thinking right now. Think of 10 people. Don't prejudge. Just document 10 people right now in the comments. The first 10 people to come to mind. Because this is what happens when you build a free customer acquisition base. We all know 10 people. And most people travel at least once a year and save on average $600 a year with using this platform. You earn half of what your customers save. So if you only had 10 customers and they're all saving $600 a year, now you have a savings portfolio of $6,000. That's a travel savings bonus that you earn for $3,000. Now we're giving you a low example. We have people watching right now that have 1,000 customers, 1,800 customers, 200 customers, 300 customers. Keep in mind, you're not selling. It's the iboomerang way. You're blessing people. You're giving away something. You're giving away goodwill, and it's coming back to you in the form of cash. I want you guys to think about that boomerang. You're throwing out goodwill. It's coming back to you in the form of cash. So how many customers do you want? Think about that. This is an example on just 10 people, right? So keep them names rolling. I want you guys thinking, keep them names rolling. So let's say you decide to build a team, because what happens is your customers end up turning into business partners. You know why? Because they would rather get up to 70% off then up to 35% off. So they want to double their savings. So you eventually get to a team size of 50. All of you are out there getting 10 customers. Now you have 500 customers. This is the concept that retired me from corporate. Okay. I told you guys that I worked a job for 20 plus years. My income was solely based on my efforts. I took the same skill sets that I had, which is I'm passionate about training. I brought it to this model, and I actually earn and get overrides on other people. And that's something I never experienced in corporate. I would train hundreds and hundreds of people, and never did I earn a piece of any of their checks. A couple of times, some of them people I trained almost replaced me. What I love about this business model is that you can build a team and override on a team. The same people you help, the company says thank you, and you get paid for it. That was something I wasn't used to. That's why I absolutely love this industry. So let's get back to it. Now you have a team of 500. They're all saving on average $600 a year. Now you have a big savings pool, and you're earning $20,000 annually off of just 500 customers that you didn't even get, because you're getting that 10% override. You're earning that $58 a day, that's $1,700 a month, and that $20,000 annually. But again, this is a very small example, right? If you see yourself having a team of 100, 500, 1,000, you do the math. Now let's talk about the fastest growing segment of travel, right? Rideshare. I want everybody to put April 1st in the comments. Everybody put April 1st in the comments for me, because today is when PRIB launched. PRIB was in pre-launch back in December. Today is the day that they officially launched, and you have drivers and passengers on the road in Florida and Texas. Why are we so excited? Because this completes travel. Like, we have every travel product, but what we didn't have is when that passenger landed at the airport, they had a choice of a rental car or rideshare. So if a person chose a rideshare, guess who didn't get paid? You didn't get paid. So Mr. Holton said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to complete the circle. But he didn't just go copy what everybody else is doing. Wait till you see how this works. Now, I told you guys, all you have to focus on is building up your customer base. That's it. Your customers are fed into the PRIB. The PRIB is doing the job that you don't want to do. The PRIB is communicating with your customer, and it's saying, hey, Nikita, I see that you have a flight that's landing at 5 o'clock in Atlanta. How about $5 off and take a vibe ride? The PRIB is doing that. So what the PRIB is doing is the PRIB is looking at these customers, and it's saying, okay, I noticed that Tajuana looked up Uber. See, remember the data analytics and artificial intelligence is paying attention to the behaviors of your customers. And if we have a product or service to serve their needs, then the PRIB is going to sell it to them, and it's going to build up your residual portfolio. This reminds me so much of Amazon, you guys. You remember Amazon when they first got started? They started with books. They didn't have all this they have now, all these products and services. It was just books. The reason why they did that is because they said, we could learn a lot by what people read. We could build up a lot of data, collect a lot of emails and contact information if we start this book club online. And that's what they did. So once they build up this massive customer base, then they branched out with all these products and services, because now they know what you want to buy, right? And so they sell all that to you. Same thing here. iGo is the platform that you're using instead of books. It's feeding it to the PRIB instead of Alexa. And these are all the products and services it's going to sell to your customers, except this time you get paid. Our first vertical is Vibe Rides. We have more verticals to come. You guys, we're 1 year in. We are the Amazon of network marketing. This has never been done before. You have an opportunity. This is your Uber moment. This is your opportunity to be at the beginning for once. Like I told you guys earlier, there are some amazing companies out there. Amway, Mary Kay, Avon, those are some nice companies, but there's no opportunity left. Once it becomes a household name and every neighbor is a part of it, the opportunity is gone. You have to work too hard to become that wealthy person. But Boomerang is not a household name yet. It's less than 50,000 of us. It's only 500,000 customers. Just imagine 5-10 years from now, how many products and services that we'll have. Imagine how big your portfolio is, and you just flipping through your portfolio. Wow, I'm making this off Vibe Rides, I'm making this off movies, maybe I'm making this off of healthcare. Just imagine how big your portfolio is going to be as time progresses if you put yourself in the right place at the right time. Now let's talk about rideshare. The timing is everything. The timing is right. Rideshare is still in its infancy stages. There are over 98 million rideshare passengers, 5.3 million drivers. Rideshare industry right now is 24.4 billion. The transportation industry is 1.2 trillion. Now let's talk about that. I told y'all I'm a numbers girl. So you telling me under the umbrella of iBoomerang, you have travel, which is an $8 trillion industry, and you have rideshare, which is the fastest growing segment of travel, all under one umbrella. So those that choose to be a part of Vibe Rides, what do you get access to? There's 3 ways to get paid. Vibe is the next generation of rideshare. So you earn when you drive, you can earn when others drive, or you can earn when customers ride. So there's 3 different ways to get paid. That is huge, you guys. I've been stalking Uber for at least 3 to 4 years. I can't tell you how many posts I created saying that, man, I wish Uber would start a network marketing company. If they would just pay residual income on them rides, I'll be all in. That was me. I had no idea that I was speaking into existence and I was going to be a part of a company that had a visionary like Holton Buzz that was going to make it happen. But check this out. Let me tell you my father's story before I get into this. My father has been with Uber since the very beginning. He also drove with Lyft as soon as they came on board. Combined, my father did over 8,000 rides. The person that referred him to Uber got an upfront like referral bonus. I'm not sure how much it was, but he didn't earn a dime off of those 8,000 plus rides that my father did. Not 1 red cent. Had they had been under this umbrella with this compensation plan for Vibe Rides, the person that referred my father would have earned 3% of all 8,000 of those rides. Y'all get my point? He would have earned 3% of every ride that my father did. Every check my daddy got, he would have had 3% of that. So let's talk about how this works. This is an example with a $100 fare, right? So if you referred the driver, then you would earn $3. And then the driver share pool, which is the compensation plan, would earn $3. So this is how you pay residual income. So what I love about this is that you can choose to just drive, or if you're somebody like me that doesn't want to drive, you can build a team of drivers. You can just go out there and recruit drivers and earn 3% of all their drives, all their rides. Let's say you only want to focus on riders, a customer base. You could just build up riders only, make sure they have the app on their phone and it's attached to you, and every time they call a ride, you earn 3%. So you can work both sides of it. And what I love about that rider side, it doesn't matter who car they get in. You can have 100 drivers over here. You can have 100 riders over here. These riders never have to get in your driver's car. They can be in other driver's car and you still going to get that 3% override. So it's several ways that you can make this work for you, but there's 3 ways to get paid on the Vibe Rides, and it's never been done before. So this is an opportunity for you to build up your residual portfolio, but you got that PRIB that's going to eliminate your excuses. So I need you guys to put in this comment for me, I have no excuses. Because I know you probably got some in the back of your head now. I need you to, I'm making sure I'm eliminating those before we get to the end of this. You have none. I need you guys to put in the comments, I have no excuses. Also, a percentage of this, you guys, every time someone takes a ride, they also provide a meal to a child through our Boom Foundation that I discussed a little earlier. They also have some promos going on, but today was the launch. They are live now in Florida, as well as Texas, and other markets will be opening soon. So do you boomerang? Absolutely. All of you should be saying yes right now. There's over 50,000 of us, you guys, over 500,000 customers already. We're in 180 plus countries. We're a worldwide company, right? So yes, we absolutely boomerang. So these are some smart codes that you can give out. They're also in the near future, they're working on personalized ones. So when someone do the barcode, it comes right back to you. But for now, these barcodes are linked to one URL. So you're going to give them a code, which is that 6-digit code we talked about earlier. It's going to route them to igoboom.com. They're going to enter their code, and they're going to end up on one of the 3 landing pages, either I Go Travel, I Go Buy Driver, or Buy Rider. So you have different types of codes you can give out. So if you're out there building a customer base for riders, then you give that code. If it's for drivers, you give that code. Is it for the travel side, you give that code. Or you may have somebody you want to give all 3 of them to. The point is, it's short and sweet. Once you have them as a customer, there's no need for you to follow up with them again. Just let the PRIB and the system do its thing. Now, this is our Fast Start Accelerator bonus. This is just more money on top of it. It pays out on 7 levels. Depending on the package that the individual comes in will determine what that payout will be. We have a dual team bonus. This maxes out at $250,000 per week. Earlier, I discussed timing. I talked a little bit about these companies that have been around for decades and decades, and they're wonderful companies, but there's no opportunity. Would you rather be number 50,001, or would you rather be number 5 million? So that's what this is all about. This could be you with years of people under you, or that could be somebody else and you showing up 10 years later after it's a household name. So the choice is yours. ibüümerang has breaking records of all the major companies out there already. This technology has not just network marketing companies, but other businesses are trying to figure out how they can be part of this. That's how powerful this technology is and how new it is to the industry that everybody wants a piece of it. You have the opportunity to earn up to $250,000 per week. And lucky for you, for those that get started today, we actually have a compensation plan training with the CEO himself on tomorrow. I'll be sure to share that information with you guys at the end. So how do you get started? You have the standby, which is $49.95. This is like your welcome kit, your tools to succeed, everything that you're going to need to develop your business. Now, this is going to give you a bird's eye view of your back office and how to use the boomerangs and what your customer sees. You'll get a 25% commission instead of the 50%. You'll also get the lovely out-of-side interactive presentation. I shared with you guys earlier that I was terrified of network marketing. I was terrified of presenting. I had very little friends, small circle, introvert. The money is great in this industry, you guys, but there's nothing more valuable than personal development. But until you get there, you have an interactive presentation that you just share. You can give it to people and it's going to expose them to the business, and you're going to get a text message when they open up the presentation, when they end the presentation, and the decision that they made. Hey, Tajuana, Nikita decided to join ibüümerang. How powerful is that? And it says, give her a call. It did all the work for you. So we are a technology company. I know we talked a lot about travel, but we are a technology company. And when you see the systems that we have in place, it eliminates all excuses. So you're going to add standby to your cart, and then you're going to choose one of the 3 packages, either coach class, business class, or first class. It's up to you to choose the package that works for your household. I'm just going to do a very good job of explaining the differences between the 3 so you can make an educated decision. Coach class, you guys, as you can see, is iGo booking engine. That is what you get access to on your personal travel. So you have access to booking hotels, flights, and rental cars. Under business class, you'll have everything that's in coach class, but you'll pick up cruises. So if you are a cruiser like I am, then guess what? Coach is not for you. You need to be at least business class. First class, all the bells and whistles, all the travel products, weekly stays, the timeshares, the lifestyles, the homes that are like an Airbnb, everything. Like I'm at first class because I love to travel. So I have to have access to everything. Boomerangs, you guys. This is the number of customers you get in the initial package. So at coach class, you have 10 boomerangs. Now, remember when I shared with you, on average, your customer saves $600 per customer. So each boomerang, because you're earning half of what they save, is equivalent to approximately $300. So you have about $3,000 upfront of value in this initial package. But I want you guys to notice that you see this says 50% and the others say 100%. So let me give you an example. Let's say your customer saved $1,000 on a hotel stay for a week or something. You would, in the other package, you earn $500, but in this package, you only get half of that. You would get $250 of the travel savings bonuses. That part confuses people, so I like to give you an example, okay? So you would get $250 instead of the $500, and you only earn on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. So let's step over to business class. At business class, you now have 25 boomerangs. That's equivalent to 7,500, approximately 7,500 of income potential. You're earning 100% on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. Now let's talk about first class. You have 50 boomerangs. That's 50 codes you can give out. That's 15,000 in income potential in that initial package. You have 100% payout on all eligible travel and activities, all of them. Not just hotels, rental cars, and cruises. Tajuana, why is that important? Because your customers get first class access. So just because you may start at Coach and you can only personally book hotels, flights, and rental cars, and you can only get paid on hotels, rental cars, and cruises, your customers have access to everything. So what happens if your customer books something that you don't get paid on? I just answered it. You don't get paid on. So your goal should be to be at first class. Now, everybody's wallet can afford first class right now. But if you can, then you can maximize this compensation plan. You can build a massive customer base and not have to worry about not getting paid because they booked the product outside of your package. All righty, so let's move on. Dual team. Dual team is what we talked about when you're building a team. So you get an override on your team because they are attached to you. So if you're a Coach, you get 10%. At business class, you get 12%. At first class, you get 15%. Now, luxury experiences. Throughout the year, the company plans some very amazing trips that you do not want to miss. Remember I told you that the PRIB promotes events for you? The PRIB does a good job at it, and it sells out quick. If you're at first class, you get 2 weeks notice. If there's any inventory left, it rolls on down to business class. They get a 1 week's notice. And if there's anything left after that, it goes to Coach class. So if you want first dibs, then you already know what you need to do. Coach is a one-time $250. Business class is a one-time $500. First class is a one-time $1,000, you guys. Regardless of what you do, it will be the best investment because the return. One thing I love about this industry is a low investment and a high return for those that are willing to look in the mirror every day, work on personal development, they're coachable, teachable, and trainable, and willing to lock arms with someone that knows more than them in this industry to help them get the job done and leave a legacy for their family if that's their goal. Regardless of which package that you choose, we all pay $99.95 per month to keep our business doors open. We all pay the same thing. The only difference between these packages is that depending on the packages, and you're going to work harder. Same amount of work, less pay. All right, it just takes you a little longer to make the income that you would make at first class because you're a lower package. The good thing is, if you have to come into business class, then you can upgrade within 60 days. All right, so I educated you on the product, on the actual packages. It's up to you to decide which one that you would like to choose. That is the end of the presentation. I'm gonna go ahead and take my screen down and see if I can answer any questions for you